the thing that I find that is kind of beneficial for me is that when I'm not at work, I'm not at work.
Hey everybody, it's Joey from 25-8 Coffee, and today we have a special edition. I have a buddy actually coming over. He's on his way, probably be here in about 20 or 30 minutes. And we're gonna do a little taste test for him. So I'm gonna make him an AeroPress coffee. I'm gonna make him some cowboy coffee. I have some water heated up back here. And then I'm just gonna make him a coffee from the Ninja brewing method that we use every morning. So I'm gonna brew all of those here in about 10 minutes. If you guys want to stick around and watch this. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge and put them all at the same temperature, so when he arrives, he doesn't know the difference as far as the brewing methods that we use. We're going to be using Organized Chaos, one of our favorites, and a lot of teachers' favorites as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting video. I won't release the name just yet. So he's going to stick around and kind of share some coffee today. And then we're going to talk about some other things as far as how does he balance his life at home from his teacher life. And then he is also a YouTuber. So we're going to kind of talk about that, a little small business, local community involvement. So if you're interested in any of that, please stick around and follow us on this Morning with Some Coffee. All right, so we're back, and our guest star is here, Don's Lawns. I get a lot of my tips, my mowing tips from him, my lawn care tips from him. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna drink some coffee, and he's gonna try to guess the brewing method that I use. Again, I use the AeroPress. I use the Ninja coffee maker that we have, that we use every day. And then I use the Texas Cowboy coffee, which is the one that we use on the stove. So, Don, take your pick. The viewers know which one's which. Just go ahead, try one out. So let me know what you think. Just talk about the smoothness, or if it's bitter. It's all black. There's no sugar. There's sugar in one, but there's no cream or anything in any of them.
This one smells kind of sweet.
Yeah, it's all the same coffee, which is the Organized Chaos that I showed you guys earlier. I'm gonna steal some because I need some. I haven't had coffee today. Just need a little bit.
Very smooth. This one is very smooth. It's not like doesn't have any like of that hitch in the face. You know,
Yeah.
This is more of just a casual coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try the other ones. And you don't have to guess right now, but afterwards.
This one doesn't smell the same as that one.
No?
No.
God, it's good.
Okay. That one tastes a little more like a straight coffee.
Okay.
You know, it's not as smooth and not as I guess refined as this one kind of tastes.
Okay.
Pretty good though.
But before you choose, after you drink that one, before you choose, just tell me which one's your favorite.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Gotta have a second one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We got plenty more. Never done this with anybody, so.
Yeah, so this one definitely has it's kind of like a middle of these three. Like if they were, there's like this one, it's sweeter, more smooth, more casual, and then there's this one, it's gradually just a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down to this guy over here who's like, yeah, coffee.
Yeah? Is that what you taste?
Yeah.
That's a grown man's coffee right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what it.
Okay, so which one's your favorite?
You know, I kind of like the sweet and smoothness of this one. It's very casual and it's very distinct.
The color attracts you, right?
Yeah, it's
pink
the pink.
shirt.
Yeah.
So you like this one the best?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what we're going to reveal to him what we did. Okay. First one. Okay, this is from that Ninja coffee maker there. Okay. The second one is from the AeroPress. This one here.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is from, that's the Cowboy coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. It does taste a little sweeter because I did add sugar in it at the very beginning. And this one, you're right. It should be the strong. You're pretty good. Your taste buds are good. They're better than mine.
Well,
God, because this one's supposed to be the strongest one because it's made through the AeroPress. You get the most out of your beans. It's just, it's a man's coffee, the AeroPress. Yeah. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, that was impressive. I've never done this before, so that was kind of cool to try the different techniques and see that there is a difference, and it's not just throw some coffee and there you go. It's actually there's something to it.
Your taste buds are good. That's good. Yeah.
That's pretty cool because like the mellowness of the Cowboy coffee.
And you've never had Cowboy coffee, right?
I've never had.
You just saw the video the other day.
I saw your video and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I need to try it.
Yeah.
So it's cool that I got to try it, and it really is mellow and casual. Like I mean, it's a gentle coffee.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the AeroPress. You can tell there's a difference, but it's the same coffee.
Yeah. You hit it right on the nose. It's like your everyday coffee that we make, and that's how we make it. I like that. We'll add a little ice to it, and Carrie Lamb will put some creamer in it, but I drink it just like that every morning with some ice. Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah, this is good. It's almost like a tea.
Yeah?
It's almost like a tea. Like it's a light, refreshing coffee.
All right, well, let's enjoy this coffee. We're going to have a little conversation. Stick around. We got some interesting things that we're going to talk about. One of the things that Don is known for, he's an educator as well. So that's why I wanted to bring him on and talk to you guys about having that work-home balance. Don has a family, but he's also our athletic trainer at one of the high schools here. And that takes up a lot of his time, and we're going to talk about how he balanced that on his everyday life. All right, so Don figured out his best coffee, the one he liked the most, Cowboy coffee. I'm going to sip on this AeroPress. I'm a big fan of the AeroPress. And I'm going to ask Don 3 questions. They're going to have to do with teacher lifestyle and the lifestyle between being a home or having a home family life and a teacher life. So Don, how do you balance both? How do you balance from being an athletic trainer, which keeps you very busy, and then having a family?
It's really hard, you know, because an athletic trainer, we've got to be up at school before the kids get there. We're there after the kids are done, like especially during football season. I mean, we're sometimes putting in 16-hour days, you know, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday treatments, and then, you know, so the time is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And the thing that I find that is kind of beneficial for me is that when I'm not at work, I'm not at work. I do everything I can to just remove myself from work so that I have time for myself mentally, physically, and then also for my family, so that I'm not just constantly going work, work, work. And that's very hard to do, and I catch myself all the time bringing up work at home, and it's something that personally I need to do better, but that is kind of what makes me want to not focus on work, is that, oh, I need to give them that time of me as well. So I need to separate work and home a little more.
I'm a big fan of that. I don't like to bring work home. Grading, I know a lot of teachers grade on the weekends, and don't do that.
Yeah.
Second thing I wanted to ask you is that your YouTube channel's growing, right? And I know, known you for the last 5 years, and for about the last 2 years, I know it's something you've been working on. Tell us about that story. How did you get into that?
Yeah, so I have that lawn care YouTube channel, and it's all DIY lawn care. It's do it yourself. It's you getting out there cutting your grass and everything else. And so in my head, I was like thinking, my yard looks pretty good, you know.
And it does. His yard is phenomenal.
So yeah, I appreciate that. You know, I get those compliments and stuff from friends that come by and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, maybe people might want to know how I get my yard to look this way. So then that's something that I kind of thought of, was like, well, if I'm good at my lawn, maybe I should help people get their lawn better. And I can do that by making videos, putting videos on YouTube, because I watch lawn care videos. As boring as that may sound to some people, I like to see what people are doing in their lawn. I like to see what they're doing to get it how it looks, or to, you know, what's the trick that they're doing when they edge their sidewalk? What are they doing there? You know, I'm trying to watch and learn, because that's how we are today as a society, is we want to learn visually and doing it and trying it. So it's just kind of like, well, I'm already doing the work in my lawn. What's it going to be? Another 5-10 minutes to film, another 20-30 minutes to edit. And, you know, eventually as I got better, I realized it was more than that. But you start out just very simple, like filming yourself mowing, and then doing some voiceover talking about it. And then it progresses and progresses, and you start to realize that, oh, I'm actually creating something, and people are actually learning, and they're actually getting something out of this. And that's kind of where I'm at now, is like, wow, I'm really achieving what I've actually set out to do. And I didn't go direct to it, but it's grown into that.
And how long has that been? Right? About 2 years? Going on 2 years?
So
a little longer.
I started in December of 2018, so it's been a little over a year. That's when I first, my first video, which was really just like a slideshow. It was just talking about my Corpus Christi lawn, and it was in December, so the grass was brown, and, you know, it was just talking about it and talking about my grass type, and kind of like an introduction to the channel. And that was December of 2018, and so it's been a little over a year, about a year and a half now, that I've been on YouTube. And I had, you know, automatically I made a Twitter account, I made an Instagram, I started taking pictures and posting, trying to post regularly, so that people could follow along while I don't have a video up, or, you know, while I'm waiting for my next video and working on that. So it's just creating more avenue for people to interact with you and take something from you, you know, learn something from you. And that's where it was like, okay. And then, I mean, after about a year into it, I realized that, wow, this is really growing, you know, this is really developing. And then I achieved that 1,000 subscriber mark in, what was it, May, I believe. Yeah, it was like May 4th, I made 1,000 subscribers. And that was kind of like the big...
Yeah, that's what you've been shooting for this
that was
entire
always...
time. I remember Don's lawn when he gave me a sticker, one of the first stickers, and I bought one of his shirts, and nobody knew who Don's Lawns was, and right, we were kind of just supporting each other, and Don is the athletic trainer at our school, but he acts as the coach as well. He gets in there in football practice and baseball practice. He'll coach first, third base, and that's why I've always had the utmost respect for him, because there's no job that's too big or too small for him. But you're right, as far as the lawn goes, especially during the summer, it's hard to keep up. Yeah. And I drive around my neighborhood, and I know a lot of you guys do that too. You see a lawn, you're like, I want my lawn to look like that. Right? So what's one tip that you can give to the viewers, a lawn tip for the summer to kind of keep up with it?
Yeah, so a Don's Lawns quick tip.
There you go, there you go. Live.
Yeah, a live Don's Lawns quick tip. Honestly, one of the biggest things that people mess up with during the summer is their watering habits. Okay. So they think, well, I'll water it in the evening and, you know, it'll get soaked in overnight, and well, that ends up causing fungus and lawn disease. So a lot of times you'll get large patch or gray leaf spot, and both of those are lawn diseases that make your grass turn brown or make your grass turn yellowish and start to die. So to avoid that, recommend watering early in the morning, you know, and make sure you're watering at least 1 inch to 2 inches a week. Frequent watering is not better. Okay. So if you're watering every day, you should decrease that because watering every day causes your roots to stay shallow. So when you have shallow roots, so let's say this is your dirt here, okay, and your roots are very shallow. Well, when you're not watering, or you go on vacation, or you have a drought or water restrictions, those roots don't have very far to go. So they're very shallow, and they start to dry up quicker. So when you water infrequently, like twice a week or 3 times a week, but you're watering more deeply, you're getting that water down into the soil farther. Those roots will grow farther, and now your grass is more sustainable when you don't water. So it'll last a little bit longer. It won't die as quick.
That makes sense.
So yeah, water more infrequently and water more deeply. Water in the morning. Those are the biggest things about watering that you could take home for the summer.
Especially here in Texas, the summer's going to reach 100+ degrees. So we got to take all the precautions to keep our grass as green as you can. All right. So Don, thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Hope you enjoyed the coffee. Now, I can't have Don's Lawns over and not show him my yard. Yeah. So I'm going to take him out back, show him the yard, and we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so we're in the backyard with Don's Lawns, and want to thank you guys for watching again. 25-8 coffee. Don's Lawns palette's pretty good. So if you want lawn care tips, Don, hit them with it, man.
Yeah. Make sure you guys come follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Don's Lawns 1, and go ahead and click that subscribe button to my man 25-8 Coffee. Hit that like button. Find my channel too, Don's Lawns, okay? Subscribe and hit that like button there too.
All right, guys, and remember, drink coffee, help teachers.